What's going on, guys? This is ASA Studio channel for music producers, photographers, and all you can think about. All right, so we're getting there. Once again, welcome back to the channel. Okay, so here we are in Photoshop, and we're going to be doing some edit, and I'll be teaching you how to edit your portrait. Okay, like this one right here, and how to get the outcome or the result in the thumbnail. All right, so let's dive right into it. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I just want to correct the tone, and with just one click, which is the white balance. I have so many videos on how to get the correct white balance, or how to correct the photos color with the Vibe tool and with solid color adjustments. So this one I'm going to Camera Raw filter to use the white balance. Okay, so let's go to Camera Raw filter. Let's duplicate the layer first so we know that we have where to reference back to. Okay, so go to filter, Camera Raw filter. So here we are in Camera Raw filter. So a few things I'm going to change. Let's go to the basic panel, and this is the temperature. Now it is a shot. You can put it on auto and you can see what it's going to give you, which is what I've actually talked about a while ago on the channel, but I'm not going to leave that. Let's leave it as short, and you can do that manually by zooming in. Let's zoom in, and then take it up. So you could either use an eyeball or the color she's putting on. So click on this dropper to color sampler tool, and you can click this and it's going to sample it. I click Ctrl Z and then click on our eyes, and it's going to sample it and then get the correct white balance. But this is actually too bright for me, so I'm just going to leave it at auto. Okay, so let's get that, leaving it at auto. Okay, so now let's try to correct the exposure. So either the white or the highlight is actually too bright. So let's decrease the white a little, and then the highlight too. Okay, so we're going to leave it like that. I'm going to still bring down the highlight, and then bring down the blacks just to have more dimension. The shadows, I'm going to brighten it up a little bit, but yeah, let's brighten it up a little bit. Okay, so I'm not going to use the contrast. I'm just going to give it a little bit texture. Okay, and then go down. Let's not use the saturation yet. Okay, and the vibrance. Let's go to the curve. Let's close this one, the basic tool. Go to the curves, and let's make an X curve for contrast. So I'm going to leave that and then bring this one down to create an X curve, which is the darks. Okay, the shadows and the dark. Okay, so let's bring it down a little bit and then take this one up a little bit. So if you feel like it's just too much, you can actually decrease it. Okay, so this is the S curve I want to bring up. You can also take this one forward and then take this one backwards. Okay, so let's turn it off and let's see what we have. So before and then after. Okay, all right, so I'm not going to go to the details. I'm going to go to the color mixer, and now for the color mixer, let's try and do some few steps. Okay, I'm going to increase the yellows, the orange, which is our skin. Let's decrease the saturation of the yellows. I feel it's too saturated, so just right about there, looks fine to me. I'm going to increase the reds to target our skin tones and our lips. Yeah, okay, so let's try and bring up the orange too, which is saturation. There is no blues. Okay, I sense some blues. Let's zoom out and let's see. No blues. Okay, we have this color, which is this aquas, and I'm just going to decrease it just a bit, and this one's too, decrease it a little bit. The purples, decrease. Magenta, decrease. So I want our clothes and just this one to stand out. Let's go to the luminosity. and let's bring down the luminosity of the yellows. Okay, I think we need to bring it, yes, let's bring it down just a bit. Take this one all the way up, and you can see those changes for the yellows this side, or you can use the eyedropper too, and then you bring it down. Okay, so the blues, I'm going to bring it down too, and the aquas, bring down the luminosity. I won't touch the hue. I'm going to close it back. Again, I guess we're done with that, so we can turn it off and then turn it on to see the little changes we make. Okay, so I think we need some exposure, decrease the exposure a little bit. Yeah, so something like this. And if we decrease the exposure, now we can increase the highlight to the top because we decrease the exposure. I'm going to take it back again. Yeah, so that looks okay to me. Alright, I'm going to take that away, and then I'm going to go to the calibration. Now for the calibration, let's zoom in. She's actually, fair in complexion. So for fair people, I usually take the red primary, take it forward like so, and then for the blue primary, I take it backwards like this. So it just gives the image a fine finish. I'm going to take it to the extreme. Take this one backwards to the extreme, and more and more and more and more. And so we have this beautiful look. Wow. Yeah, so something like this. Now you can saturate it, and if you want to do so, I'm going to take this saturation up also. So if you feel, oh, it's too much, you can decrease it. I feel like, yeah, it's actually too much for the blues. I think it's actually too much. Let's take this one back because it's changing the color of the blues. Alright, so I'm gonna leave it this way. You can, also, move this around to see where it's actually better for you. So I think taking it forward looks pretty fine to me. Okay, so we can see the before and then the after. That looks amazing. Okay, all right, so I'm going to hit OK on the keyboard, and then you can see the massive change in the photo. I'm going to turn it on and off to compare it with our reference we created earlier, so you can see before and now you can see after. What a tremendous change. Okay, so you can zoom in, and I feel there we need some frequency separation, but I guess the image looks beautiful already. Okay, so you can actually create some exposure, and then you can increase the gamma or decrease the gamma. Let's see the one that works fine. So I'm not gonna take it, I'm gonna take it up. Let's turn it off and on. So okay, so I guess the before looks okay. Turning it on and off, so I'm not gonna bother myself with that. Let's just get rid of that. And I believe camera raw filter only did the work for us. Alright, so if you enjoyed the video and you feel like you learn one or two things from your photo adjustment, you can actually share and like the video. I've actually done so many other videos on how to edit your photo and correct the white balance. You can check that out, but this is another way, which is the camera raw filter method. Alright guys, so see you in our next video where we're going to be talking more about photo retouching and so much more, so much tip you can use in editing your photo. So for this one also, I can actually still go on and click on the clone the spot alien tool, and just because I don't want to do frequency separation, I can actually get rid of that. Just like simply, I'm not going to get rid of this one, I'm going to get rid of that, and then go zoom in, get rid of this and some other spot that's on her face. You know what I mean? Okay, so you can do frequency separation. You can actually leave it the way it is. All right, so thank you guys for watching. See you in our next video.